Welcome to NFHS Network's coverage of the CIF 6AA Football Championship Bowl game featuring Classical Academy from Escondido and Santa Teresa of San Jose. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dennis Ackerman, and one of the biggest factors tonight could be the weather. It's a miserable night here in San Jose, about 53 degrees. It's not raining now, but it's been raining all day, and the winds have been gusting about 15 to 20 miles per hour. The rain is expected to pick back up around halftime or so. It is slick down there on the field, and these are both a couple of running teams. Let's go ahead now and take a look at each team's resume. We'll begin with Classical Academy. As I mentioned earlier, they were out of Escondido. They have an overall record of 11-3 there, coached by Josiah Cruz, who is in his second season. They open up the playoffs with a shutout win over Vincent Memorial. Followed that up with a 28-14 win against Escondido Charter. Then 2 weeks ago beat Crawford 33-14 in the San Diego Section Division 5 Championship. And last week had a little trouble dispatching Lancaster in the CIF Southern Regional Championship 6AA to get here, the state championship game. Santa Teresa Saints, an overall record of 9-5. They're coached by Steve Pappin, who is in his second season here at Santa Teresa. And what a season has been for the Saints. They captured their first section title in the school's 49-year history, beating Branham 2 weeks ago, and last weekend they knocked off Palo Alto to win its first NorCal Division 6AA title. And the most impressive thing about this run might be that they've done it on the road. They would have hosted Palo Alto, but their facility was unavailable due to a prior commitment. And it is the third straight game the Saints have won away from home. But now they'll end the season with one final game on campus, the championship game. Santa Teresa won the toss, and they have elected to receive. They are in orange helmets, all blue uniforms trimmed in orange and white. For Classical Academy, they are in all white jerseys, white helmets, numbers in red. Good crowd on hand considering the elements we've had here in San Jose all day. Understand we were having some technical difficulties. We're back with you now. As the Saints, Jaden Aravalo to Mark Carlson to move the chains. Needed 4. Picked up 20, so 1st and 10. Right back to the ground. And this is Evan Smith with his first carry, ahead for a couple of yards. Trevor Dunbar, the team's leading tackler. Classical Academy, they run a 3-4. Cole Fryer, number 55. He is the emotional leader. Aiden Youssef, number 33, and Trevor Dunbar, who just made the tackle. The linebackers, Manotti, Sega, Jack Ballou, Thomas Heinrichs. On the option on second down, that's a first down inside of Classical Academy territory. They'll mark it at the 45. So 1st and 10 from the 45. This drive started from their own 20. Arvalo will hand off to Smith. Big hole up the middle. He's got a first down before being brought down at the 32-yard line. 13 more for the senior. And an impressive-looking drive to begin the game for Santa Teresa. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Reyes and Smith remain in the backfield. Smith's going to try to bounce it outside. And a nice job by the Classical Academy defense of stringing it out. Call it 2nd down and 10. Classical Academy's secondary, Justice Smith is number 84. Chase Mizell wears number 2. Those are the corners. Life Pollard is number 1, one of the safeties. And Shane Donovan, the leader of that defense, one of 6 captains. Penalty marker down before the snap. Perhaps a false start. So that will back up Classical, beg your pardon, that will back up Santa Teresa 5 yards. Patrick Farley is our referee here this evening. Second down and 15 to the air. Olivalo pump fake. In zone. Incomplete. It was intended for Jeffrey Kerr. Shane Donovan came over on the help for Classical Academy. So that'll bring up 3rd down, and they converted a 3rd down earlier on this drive. They didn't pick up another yard from here. You're looking at about a 55-yard field goal. Sophomore place kicker Casey Carr, his season long is 45. That is about the edge of his range. Arvalo to the far side of the field and dropped. He was looking for his running back, the senior Evan Smith, incomplete. So decision time for head coach Steve Pappen. Kind of in no man's land right now. You're too far for a field goal. You're also looking at 4th and 15, and I think he's going to send out his punting unit. Casey Carr does handle both the place kicking and punting duties. So it started out as a promising drive. Santa Teresa will end in a punt. Classical Academy does not have anyone deep. Santa Teresa has 2 receivers flanked to the top of your screen. Wobbly snap. Carr calmly picks it up. Does a good job of getting it off. I don't think it was tipped. So Classical Academy will take over for the first time here tonight. They'll begin this drive from their own 21-yard line. Luke Sega is the starting quarterback. And keep an eye on the running back, number 1, Life Pollard. He is a fast, speedy back. Rushed for over 1,400 yards this season. The starting wide receivers, number 5, Roman Manotti, and number 2, Chase Mizell. Manotti, the team's leading receiver. Both these teams feature the ground game. They are comfortable throwing it. Empty backfield on first down. Now here is Pollard in motion. And Pollard will get the carry on offense for the first play for Classical Academy. And he's got a first down and a whole lot more. Dragged out of bounds right around midfield. So he picks up 30 yards on his first carry. Well, he is an electrifying player. He had 3 touchdowns a week ago. He did it 3 different ways Friday night to lead the Caymans to a 34-14 victory over Lancaster in the CIF Regional Championship. He'll get the carry again, and this time he's bottled up. That'll bring up now 2nd down and 10. Well, actually, they're going to give him a yard. So 2nd down and 9.
Let's go defense!
Pollard, who had a rushing touchdown a week ago, also had an interception return and a kickoff return. So he can hurt you in a variety of ways. They'll go the old school I formation here on 2nd down and 10. They'll give it to the up back, and that certainly did not fool the Santa Teresa defense. No gain, 3rd down and 9 now, upcoming for Classical Academy. Actually, they'll give forward progress for a yard.
Watch the pass! Watch the pass!
2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Sega to the air for the first time. Sideline pass is complete. Eluding a tackler. And getting the first down, Chase Meisel, the senior. That's his 11th catch of the season, and it's good for a first down and move the chains. Officially 11-yard gain on the play. Sega comes in completing 57% of his passes. He's thrown 7 touchdowns this season. Quick burst through the left side of the line is Life Pollard, who gets inside the 35-yard line. And we've got an injured player down on the field. Tavita Pekipaki for Santa Teresa down about the 35-yard line. Pollard picked up 6 yards on that play. It's a family affair for Classical Academy. There are 3 Pollard brothers on this roster. We've seen Life at running back. He's got a younger brother, Friday, who is a sophomore. And then D'Angelo is the last brother on this roster for Classical Academy. Luke Sega, the starting quarterback, who's also the starting middle linebacker. I don't know the last time I saw where you have a starting quarterback who is also a starting middle linebacker. Luke's dad, Harvey, is the defensive coordinator for Classical Academy. Pekipaki slowly getting to his feet, making his way now to the Santa Teresa sideline very slowly. Let's hope the young man is okay and will be able to come back in. And then rounding out the family affair for Classical Academy, Dante and Thomas Heinrich are also cousins.
Let's go defense!
Second down and 4 now, upcoming for Classical Academy. Quickly getting to the line. Full house backfield. Fumbled the snap, picked up, and then diving down towards the 25-yard line. Nice job by the quarterback, Luke Sega. He's also an outstanding runner. Rushed for nearly 500 yards this season. Once again, the snap is fumbled. Santa Teresa saying their ball, but I believe Sega quickly recovered.
Line up over the center. He can't snap. Learn from that.
So officially no gain. And it'll bring up second down and 10. Classical Academy Starting offensive line left to right. Luke Vanderleest is a senior. Brady Go is the left guard. He is a junior. Andrew Franklin is the starting center. He moved from running back to center this year. And Trevor Hoff, a freshman at right guard. And D'Angelo Pollard missed 8 games to begin this season. Penalty flag down. Pollard eluding tacklers inside the 10-yard line. Beg your pardon, inside the 15. Boy, he shows some wonderful elusiveness. But I got a feeling this one could be coming back. See Classical Academy walking back towards the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be a chop block. That's going to wipe out a huge gain for Pollard. So it should remain second down, second and very long. And the penalty will take it all the way back to, appears to the 42-yard line. So second down and 25. Mentioned earlier, this is a run-heavy offense. Aaron and I is the offensive coordinator. We'll go play action pass. Sega, sideline, complete. Minotti pushed out of bounds inside the 40. So they get some of that penalty yardage back, trying to make it a more manageable third down now. So third down and 20. And with an offense that is run-oriented, I'm not sure how many third and 20 plays they have in that playbook. It's an offense that averages just over 34 points a game. Nearly 300 yards on the ground. Empty backfield for Sega. They're going to set up the screen, and it's incomplete. They were trying to set up a wide receiver screen to Thomas Heinrichs, but it was sniffed out by the Santa Teresa defense. Now, there is a penalty marker down on the far side of the field. So the penalty flag is picked up. So now it is 4th and 20 from the Santa Teresa 37. On the place kicker, Trevor Allen, he is a senior. He's got a very strong leg. Talking to head coach Josiah Cruz, he said, I'm comfortable letting him go from 60. He's hit him in practice from 60. And this is going to be a 55-yarder now. Keep in mind, he is also the punter. So we could perhaps see a direct snap, or will Allen 5 for 5 on the season. From 55. It's got the distance, and it is no good. So Classical Academy, much like Santa Teresa, promising start to their drive. Well, this one ends in a missed field goal. And it will go back over to the Saints with 5:56 remaining here in the first quarter.
He must have played for Brazil.
Why are they backing him up?
Hey, when he played for Brazil.
Why did they start at the 25?
Why though? That was 4th down.
Well, why did they start at the 25? At the 20?
Following the missed field goal, they'll start this drive from their own 20, and it will begin on the ground. Trying to move the pile out to about the 26-yard line. So a pickup of 6 on 1st and 10. Aravalo to the air. Complete. Good enough for a first down. Noah Gardier, the senior, who was a game-time decision. With the reception, moves the chains. And Coach Steve Pappen is the offensive coordinator. Offense that comes in averaging 26 points a game. That ball is out, and it is recovered by Classical Academy, so they come up with the first break of the game, recovering the fumble at the Santa Teresa 30-yard line.
Stand tall, defense, stand tall. Stand tall, defense, stand tall.
So now let's see if Santa Teresa's defense
Let's go, defense!
can come up and hold perhaps Classical Academy to a field goal here. Give up just 15 points a game, just lowering the shoulder, gets down to about the 24. A pickup of 6 on first down. That was Friday. Pollard, the sophomore, comes in with just over 350 yards on the season, averages nearly 7 yards a carry. He's a big boy, 5'10", 222, built low to the ground.
Watch the left side!
Sega looking over to the sideline for the call. Now checks with running back Pollard. Pollard hit it right around the 20. Let's see where they mark it. So it'll be third and less than a yard. Classical Academy offense, their season high this year was 74 against Escondido Orange Glen. The toss to Life Pollard. And just gets the corner and gets the first down, run out of bounds at the 18-yard line. The only time Classical Academy did not rush for more than 100 yards this season, they lost to Escondido. Pollard, boy, a big hit after he picks up maybe a yard. Looked like that was Mark Carlson, the senior, Mount Hamilton Defensive Player of the Year. So second down and 9 upcoming from Classical Academy, trying to cash in on the turnover. 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Mizell in motion. Sega's going to call his own number, and he's going to get down to about the 5-yard line. And that'll be good enough for a first down. It'll be first and goal. Sega's a wonderful athlete, a two-sport athlete, also plays basketball. Quickly to the line of scrimmage, Classical Academy. Frank Pollard straight up the gut, and touchdown, Classical Academy. They take advantage of the turnover, and they strike first. Trevor Allen will come on now to attempt the extra point. Brooks Winter is the long snapper, and Shane Donovan is the holder. Donovan does a nice job getting the snap down, and the extra point is good. And it is Classical Academy out of Escondido, leading it by a score of 7-0. They take advantage of the turnover. They go 30 yards in just 6 plays, and they jump out in front here in the CIF 6AA Football State Championship Bowl game here in San Jose from Santa Teresa High School on a cool night. Well, you just wonder, we talked about it in the pregame, the wet field, if that caused a turnover for Santa Teresa. It was recovered by Classical Academy, and they take advantage. And the visitors now lead it 7-0. Allen booms it away. And this went into the end zone for a touchback. So Santa Teresa will begin this drive once again from their own 20, finding themselves trailing 7-0. The run-heavy team. And they'll throw the ball with success. They did against Palo Alto a week ago. Arevalo was 10 for 13 for 165 yards and a pair of touchdowns. One rushing, one running. They'll work out of the shotgun. Penalty marker comes in before the snap. It's going to be a false start. And that's going to back up Santa Teresa 5. So now be first down and 15. Third drive for the Saints. The first one ended in a punt inside of Classical Academy territory. They turned it over on their last set of downs. And this is Evan Smith, the senior. Gets that penalty yardage back and then some. Give him 6. Bring up second down now and 9 for the Saints offense. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. And they'll go right back to Smith. Still on his feet, refusing to go down. He's got a first down. Boy, what an effort from the senior, Evan Smith. And it's 1st and 10 now for Santa Teresa. So we're on 31 now. I'll go 3 wide receivers here on first down. They normally feature a triple option. To the air on first down. Complete. Dragged down after a gain of 5. That's Richard Salazar, the senior. Salazar, one of several two-way players on this team for Santa Teresa. So starting cornerback. They'll go back to the ground on second down. Off the right side is Smith. Give him a couple. It'll bring up a third down and short. Movement up front. And that's going to cause Classical Academy 5 yards and a first down. So a nice job by Arevalo getting the Classical Academy defense to jump. Under 45 seconds to play here in the first half. Salazar in motion, and once again, penalty flag comes in. This was going to be a false start against Santa Teresa. So we had rain earlier here in San Jose. It feels like it's raining yellow hankies right now. A lot of penalties here in this first quarter. Smith maybe squeaked out a yard. Thomas Heidrichs, along with Luke Sega, they are in the tackle for Classical Academy. And that is the final play of the first quarter. 12 minutes in the books, and as the visitors from Escondido Classical Academy leading at 7-0. Start of the second quarter, and Classical Academy leading Santa Teresa by a score of 7-0. Dennis Ackerman with you for this CIF 6AA Football State Championship Bowl game from right here in San Jose, California. Second down and 15 upcoming for Santa Teresa from their own 40-yard line. Arevalo looking to the sideline for the play call from head coach Steve Pappen, who is also the offensive coordinator. Seems to be some confusion, and Santa Teresa is going to use their first timeout of the half, so kind of surprising. Just had a break in between the two quarters, and they couldn't get on the same page, so they have to burn one of their timeouts. That'll now leave them with two. This has been quite a turnaround this season for Classical Academy. And head coach Josiah Cruz's first year Classical Academy finished 1-9. Now they find themselves playing for a state title, and I don't think anyone could have dreamed it or even predicted it before the start of the season. I was talking to Coach Cruz during the week, and I said, what's the biggest difference between last year and this season? And he said, look, the seniors have bought in since I've been here. So last year we weren't in a lot of games, but they were always playing hard no matter what the score was. He also said when he was hired, it wasn't so much about the wins and losses, but developing young men for the future. So the old guard kind of struggled with that mentality, but eventually everyone has bought in. And what a season it has been. This is a stingy defense, Classical Academy. They gave up less than 10 points a game. And in a whole lot of trouble and sacked. Arevalo is buried by Trevor Dunbar, the senior, picks up his team-leading 9th sack of the season. And it takes it all the way back to the 29-yard line. So it'll bring up now 3rd down and 25 for Santa Teresa's offense. See if they play conservative here. 3 wide receivers. Arevalo with time down the middle, in and out of the hands of Jeffrey Kerr. He was open. Good ball from Arevalo. And for the second time here in this first half, the Saints will be forced to punt. Life Pollard will be back deep to receive the punt for Classical Academy.
Hey, don't kick the ball though. Kick that ball away from him.
It was a low snap on the first punt. Jeffrey Kerr is the long snapper. Once again, a one hopper. Carr does a nice job of fielding and actually gets away a pretty good punt. It's a 33-yard punt. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. So pretty good field position for Classical Academy to start this drive. Caiman's leading at 7-0. I had to look up what a Caiman was. I had never heard of it. It's apparently similar to an alligator, which is the closest relative, but there's a few differences now. A Caiman lacks a bony septum between the nostrils and has a longer and sharper teeth than alligators. I guess Caimans tend to be more agile and crocodile-like in their movements, so there you go. Now you know what a Caiman is. Flag on the play. It's kind of been the theme of this first half between these two. So before the delay of game, a timeout by Classical Academy. So each team now has burned one here in this first half. Santa Teresa, they are led by Steve Pappen. He's in his second season. He grew up here in San Jose. He went on to play his college football at Portland State, and then professionally had a cup of coffee in the old NFL Europe before playing 7 seasons in the old Arena Football League for the San Jose SaberCats. This is his 4th head coaching gig. His previous stops included Gunderson High School, Independence, and Menlo Atherton. Talking during the week, he said, I've been playing and coaching football for 36 years, and 2 weeks ago was the first championship he's ever won. Now, he said he had a pair of rings when he was a broadcaster for the SaberCats. He actually had it on, and I asked him, I said, do you normally wear that, or did you just break it out for tonight's game? And he said, I usually wear it before the game, and then once the game begins, I will take it off. A little trickery. Minotti around the left end. He's got a first down, pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Pickup of 14 yards. So a first down for Classical Academy. Minotti came in just under 300 yards rushing on the season. He's got a 100-yard game to his credit this year. I formation on first down and 10. They'll give it to the up back. Heinrichs. He's going to be dropped right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up now second down and 10. If you're just joining us, Classical Academy leading at 7-0, courtesy of the Friday Pollard 5-yard touchdown run. Took advantage of a turnover inside Santa Teresa territory and capitalized and lead at 7-0. Couple of pump fakes from Sega, and then he's going to be sacked. And then a late penalty marker comes in the Santa Teresa secondary right around the 40-yard line. So right now it stands. It could be 3rd and long. But let's check the penalty flag first. A face mask penalty against Santa Teresa's defense. So it's a 5-yard penalty. But along with it comes an automatic first down.
Let's go, boys.
So beg your pardon, they'll make second down and 10. Four wide receivers set. Three receivers bunched to the bottom of your screen. Sega underneath. He kind of short-armed it. He had Thomas Heinrichs wide open right at the first down sticks. And so that'll bring up now third down and 10. Actually call it third down and 7 now for the Caiman's offense. Four-man rush. Delayed handoff to Pollard. That's Friday Pollard. But a nice job by the Santa Teresa defense sniffing that one out. That'll bring fourth down and long. And Trevor Allen will come on to punt it away. And Santa Teresa had too many players on the field, and head coach Steve Pappin forced to burn his second timeout. So that leaves the Saints with just one. And we still got 8:49 to play here in the first half. Classical Academy leading at 7-0. I was talking to both head coaches before the game. I said, for a lot of these kids, this is their Super Bowl. This is the biggest game of their life. And I said, what's been the message? And they said, you know what, just treat it as another game. Let the nerves settle in after a couple plays and just play football. Classical Academy came up yesterday to San Jose. Coach Cruz told the kids, you know what, just enjoy this moment. Put all the pressure on me. Soak it up and enjoy it. Santa Teresa right now really doesn't have anyone back. Allen, end over end punt. And is downed inside the 20. So Santa Teresa will start this drive from their own 18. They have not had very good field position for their 4 drives here in the first half. They have started 3 of them from their own 20. Now this one begins from their own 18-yard line. Armalo looks to the sideline for the play call. There'll be a pass on first down. That is complete to his running back, Evan Smith. Run out of bounds. That'll be good for 11. Santa Teresa team has high aspirations. Coach Pappin told me during the week when he was hired by Santa Teresa, his goal wasn't to win league titles, but CCS titles, and they captured their first section title in school history by knocking out Branham 2 weeks ago. Earlier this year, they had a 3-game losing streak, and Coach Pappin said those aspirations never wavered, even we were losing 3 straight. Arvalo steps up. He's got a first down. Brought down right around the 41-yard line. Picks up 12 on the quarterback scramble. So in 2 plays, they've gone from their own 18 out to the 42-yard line. Just under 8 minutes to play here in this first half. Classical Academy leading at 7-0. Swing pass. Smith swung out of bounds by Life Pollard. Now mark it at the 47-yard line. Pick up a 5. Second down and 5. Reyes in the backfield. Smith in motion. Cut it back inside. Might have got a couple of yards before he ran into Roman Minotti on the tackle. No gain, so it'll bring up third down and 5. Four-man rush. Aravalo's going to keep it himself. He's got a first down and a heck of a lot more still on his feet. Finally run out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Oh, there's a penalty marker down back on the 42-yard line. That was a 46-yard run by Jaden Aravalo, the senior, but it's going to be wiped out by the penalty. So instead of having it first and goal inside the 10, they'll have it now third down from their own 48-yard line. 3rd and 5 for Santa Teresa upcoming. Kerr is the wide receiver at the bottom of your screen. Evan Smith will be in the slot. That's going to be the final timeout of the first half for Santa Teresa. They are out of timeouts with still 6:58 to play here in the first half.
Shake it out, Saints. Let's go.
Well, if you just joined us, Classical Academy took advantage of a turnover inside of Santa Teresa territory and scored on a 5-yard touchdown run by Friday Pollard. And that is our only points of the game. Checking the weather forecast. And the rain is expected to return perhaps at 7 o'clock, and right now we're looking at 6:50 p.m. Pacific. So following the timeout, third down and 5 for Santa Teresa. A lot of movement up front, and another false start against Santa Teresa. Boy, right now they are their own worst enemies with these penalties. That'll make it now third down and 9. They're going in the wrong direction on this drive. Richard Salazar will come back into the game. He'll replace Mark Carlson. Aravalo. Incomplete, looking for Jeffrey Kerr. Those two hooked up last week for 5 receptions. Right now can't get on the same page here in the first half. And for the third time tonight, Casey Carr comes on to punt it away. You got to be careful with Life Pollard back there deep.
Shake
Right now, the snap has been the issue for the first 2 punts here for Santa Teresa. And another false start against Santa Teresa. Boy, you wonder, I talked about the nerves, and you just wonder for a lot of these kids, is it nerves? Playing in this state championship game, the biggest game of a lot of these kids' life, and it is their Super Bowl. They don't want to feel like the moment is too big for them. Pollard standing right around his own 33-yard line. This is a high snap. And once again, Carr does a nice job of fielding it. And this one is a good punt. Carr lets it sail over his head. It's going to die at the 20-yard line. A 43-yard punt, no return, but credit Casey Carr. He has done a nice job on all 3 snaps, being able to show some wonderful athleticism. Classical Academy will begin this drive from their own 20 with 6:53 left in the half. They're leading 7-0. Empty backfield for Luke Sega on 1st and 10. That pass is incomplete, trying to set up the wide receiver screen to Life Pollard. Kind of an ugly-looking pass from the senior. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Classical Academy. They brought up a lot of fans from Escondido. Mizell is the man in motion. Quarterback keeper, Sega. Maybe a couple. Charles Pineda, the senior, with the tackle for Santa Teresa. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 8. So can this Santa Teresa Saints defense get off the field? Sega will go under center. The toss to Life Pollard. He cuts it back. And he's going to be brought down. Boy, it's going to all depend on the spot. Trying to cross up the defense and run it on 3rd down. They're about maybe 6 inches shy of a 1st down. The offense is going to remain out on the field. So will they actually go for it here, or will they try and draw the Saints off sides? Sega under center. He does snap it. It's a quarterback sneak, and it looks like his forward progress should have him the 1st down. And it's out to the 31-yard line. Well, you see more and more teams going for it on 4th and maybe a yard or less in their own territory, with the analytics playing such a big part now. Clock continues to move. Just over 5 minutes left here in the first half. A low-scoring first half. This is the CIF 6AA Football State Championship Bowl game from San Jose, California. Sega under center will keep it himself, call his own number again, and he gets ahead out to about the 40-yard line, so picks up 9. And we've got an injured Classical Academy player. So we've got an official timeout with 4:46 to play here in the first half. As both teams now will make their way to the sideline. That is D'Angelo Pollard. appears to be okay. I spoke earlier of the Classical Academy's turnaround season, and I asked him, I said, what was the turning point of this season? And he said it came against La Jolla Country Day. He says, we were down 21-0 at half. And we had a great rally in the second half before we eventually fell short by a touchdown. But he says the fight and determination that this team showed, he goes, after that game, even though we lost, I knew we were ready to make a run. Empty backfield, second and short. And that's going to be another first down as Sega once again calls his own number. Brought down by Noah Gardier. It was a game-time decision. Santa Teresa defense is led by defensive coordinator Kenny Threets. His son Alex starts on the defense. He wears number 3. Life Pollard in the backfield. That's Mizell in motion. This is Life Pollard on the handoff. He is hit in the backfield, still squirms his way out for a pickup of about a yard. Mark Carlson, one of several St. players to bring down Life Pollard. Bring up second down and 9 for Classical Academy. This is an offense that doesn't throw it much, but they haven't had to. They've had a lot of big leads in several games. They run it, and they run it well. Twice this year they've run for more than 300 yards in a game. Mizell on the reverse. Cuts it inside and then stacked up as it gets beyond the 45-yard line. So third down now. Once again, can Santa Teresa's defense get off the field and force a punt here on third down?
Let's go, Saints!
Coach Steve Pappett says his defense has kept Santa Teresa in a lot of games. They surrendered just over 15 points a game. Those points they've given up in a game this year is 31. Sega's going to throw for it on third down. He's got Mizell. Well, it looked like he hit him right at the sticks, and where they're going to mark it, that's going to be a first down. Josh Reyes on the coverage. Good-looking throw from Sega, the senior. And they convert on third and long. Place it at the 46 of Santa Teresa, 1st and 10. Ninth play of the drive coming up. Had an 8-play drive to begin this game, but it ended with a missed 55-yard field goal from Trevor Allen. That Life Pollard on the toss. Eludes one defender and another, and then finally brought down. A loss of 4 all the way back to midfield. Boy, that is outstanding pursuit by this Santa Teresa defense. Tavita Pakipaki, I believe, credited with the tackle. Loss of 4 on the play, so second down and 14 now for the Caiman's offense. Crowd picks up the chant of defense. The press box actually shaking. Like they want to try to set up a screen to Life Pollard, and he's got it, and then he slips and falls. A late penalty marker comes in, but I wonder if, once again, it rained here most of the day. It stopped maybe a half hour before the game. The turf is still very wet, and perhaps Life Pollard slipped on that wet surface. They're going to pick up the flag. It's a loss of 2. So third down and 16. What's Aaron and I have in his playbook for the Classical Academy offense? Clock is stopped with a minute. Now they wind it. Classical Academy does have 2 timeouts. Santa Teresa is out of timeouts. Classical Academy, will they go to the air? Will they run it as the clock moves inside of a minute? Play action pass. Throw is high. And Mizell couldn't grab it. Like he might have took his eyes off it. That'll stop the clock with 54.2 seconds left. So for the second straight drive, Classical Academy will punt it away. Richard Salazar, along with Josh Reyes, will drop back deep for Santa Teresa. Allen from his own 35. Takes a great bounce inside the 10 and down at the 9-yard line. 43-yard punt, no return. 44.1 seconds left and no timeouts. And just Santa Teresa will just take an eat and go into the halftime locker room trailing 7-0 and see what they can get going offensively. There are 4 drives here in the first half, resulted in a punt, a fumble, and back-to-back punts. They're going to do anything too crazy working out of the shadow of their own end zone. They will run it on first down. Out beyond the 10 to about the 13-yard line. Clock continues to move. We are now inside 30 seconds to play. See if they let the final seconds here, the first half. What will Santa Teresa do here? Inside of 10 seconds now. And that is the end of the first half. We have played 24 minutes here in San Jose. It is Classical Academy leading Santa Teresa by a score of 7-0. Don't go anywhere, folks. Second half action coming up your way shortly. Welcome back to San Jose. Halftime festivities winding down. Classical Academy leading Santa Teresa 7-0 in the CIF 6AA Football State Bowl Championship game. And if you like defense, well, this has been your kind of game. We only have one score. It came in the first quarter. Classical Academy, Friday Pollard, a 5-yard touchdown run that came on the heels of a turnover. And that is our only points here in the first half. Both offenses really unable to get untracked or get anything going. It was also a penalty-marred first half. So one of these two schools 24 minutes away from a state championship game. We talked about the weather. Well, it could play a big factor here in the second half. The rain is now coming down. Fans are bundled up in their ponchos. They got their umbrellas out, and let's see how it impacts this game. You talk to both coaches, and they'll always tell you the rain favors the offense because the players know where they're going. And we'll see as Classical Academy will get the ball to start this second half. And let's see if they can get their all-purpose running back, Life Pollard, untracked. For the most part, Santa Teresa has done a nice job of keeping him bottled up. Came into this game with 21 rushing touchdowns, averaging over 10.5 yards a carry. He had one big run, and that was about it to speak of in the first half. So Classical Academy and Santa Teresa both take the field to begin this second half, as I mentioned. Classical Academy will get the ball to begin things. Thomas Heinrichs, number 4, dropping back deep, along with number 1, Life Pollard. They're both standing about their own 10-yard line, so not expecting a very deep kickoff from Casey Carr. So we get set to start the third quarter. And second half underway. Heinrichs from about his own 10. Beyond the 30 and dropped right around the 31. Isaiah Lozano with the special teams tackle for Santa Teresa. Take a look at the first half possessions for Classical Academy. They missed a 55-yard field goal on their opening drive, and then they had the short 30-yard drive following the turnover for the only touchdown of the game, and then they finished the half with back-to-back punts. From their own 31-yard line. 4 wide receivers, bottom of your screen. Sega in an empty backfield. Now Pollard will join him in the backfield. Sega, keep it himself. Gets out to about the 35-yard line. Carlson was there on the tackle for Santa Teresa. So with the weather as is, with the rain coming down now here in the second half, will these coaches be more conservative on offense and keep it on the ground? They do play on field turf here. It is slick. Walking on it before the game. Quick throw, complete, out beyond the 35. Roman Minotti. Minotti, the team's leading receiver, coming into tonight. Alex Threes with the tackle. So a big third down here on this opening drive of the second half for Classical Academy. Call it third and 4. Sega under center. Life Pollard the lone setback. I tried a misdirection, and that did not fool Mr. Mark Carlson, Mount Hamilton Defensive Player of the Year, and it'll be 4th down. So on the opening drive, the Santa Teresa defense forces a 3 and out. Loss of 2 on the play, 4th down and 7. Josh Ray's back deep, along with Richard Salazar. Salazar standing around the 30. Rays will drop back now there and join him. High snap. Nice job by Allen going up and snaring it. Gets off a really nice punt. Gets around the 20. And goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line. 46-yard punt and no return. Let's see what Santa Teresa's offense can do now in their opening set possession here in the second half. Their offense really did absolutely nothing in that first half. They had 5 possessions, punt, fumble, back-to-back punts, and then the end of the half. Aravala will start out with 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. It's an offense that averages 26 points a game. They'll start on the ground. And then gang tackled after maybe a pickup of a yard. Josh Reyes. Second down and 9. Santa Teresa has been shut out once this year. It was against Mitty. That was back in September. Arvalo's going to scramble, and he's going to get out near a first down. I believe he's going to come up just shy. So to bring up a 3rd down and short. So let's call it 3rd and 2. Santa Teresa defense forced a 3 and out. Okay, and Classical Academy's defense match it. They're going to try to run for it with Reyes. I don't think he got there. And that was Thomas Heinrichs on the tackle. So 4th and 1, they line up like they're going to go for it. They're just going to try to draw a Classical Academy offsides. Seems to be what they're doing now. Arvalo looking over at the sideline. Well, your offense hasn't been able to generate much, and if you go for it here and you don't get it, once again, you're going to give Classical Academy a short field to work with. Right now, it's just a 1-score game. They do snap it. Smith, can he get the corner? Or are they going to mark it? Boy, Classical Academy did a nice job of stringing it out, but credit Evan Smith, the senior number 22. He needed 2, and he picked up 3. A gutsy call from head coach Steve Pappen. Well, let's see if that can get his offense going. Give him a little life. Give these fans something to cheer about. They've been waiting all game, trailing 7-0. They'll go right back to the ground. And waiting there is the starting quarterback / middle linebacker, Luke Sega. Reyes, nothing doing for him. See, forward progress will give him a yard. Second down and 9. You can see the ball being wiped. Trying to keep that football dry as the rain started right at halftime. It has rained here nearly all day. It stopped a little bit before kickoff. Pass is complete. Trying to find some daylight, but not having much. A pickup of about 2. Evan Smith on the reception. So just a gain of a yard, 3rd down and 8. This Classical Academy defense has been stout all night long, all year long. They have 6 shutouts on the season. Working on one through the first 24 minutes plus. Arvalo rolls. He's going to run. He's got the first down. Keeps his balance. Now it's a foot race. And Life Pollard finally runs him out right around the 19-yard line. 49-yard scramble on 3rd and long. Jaden Arvalo with a huge play for the Santa Teresa offense. First time tonight the Saints have been inside the red zone. And now they're just 19 yards away from trying to tie this one up. Reyes and Smith in the backfield. It'll be Reyes, and he'll be dropped for a loss. Friday Pollard dropped it for a loss. 2nd down now and 11. 9th play of the drive coming up. It started from their own 19. Smith, he's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Jack Ballou, this time with the big hit for the Classical Academy defense. So back-to-back big plays for the Caymans. So it'll be 3rd down and 15 from the 24. If they didn't get another yard from here, you're looking at about 42-yard field goal. They just converted a 3rd down. Arvalo dancing around. Scrambles for a couple. And it's going to be 4th and very long. Steve Pappin sent out his field goal unit. Looks like it'd be about a 40-yarder from here. He's keeping his offense out on the field. It is 4th down. 4th and about 15. You think he would maybe try to send out the field goal unit and get some points on the board. Instead, he's going to roll the dice and go for it here on 4th and 15. They'll rush just 3 with Classical Academy. Down the middle, and Life Pollard drops it. Probably a good thing he did so. So it'll be a turnover on downs. So Santa Teresa gets inside the red zone, but they are turned away. So Classical Academy will have it for the 2nd time here in the 3rd quarter. This drive begins from their own 24. 3 and out on their first possession. Penalty markers down. False start against Classical Academy. My referee Patrick Farley had a busy first half. Picks up right where he left off here in the 2nd half. Moves it back inside the 20. 1st down and 15. Rain continues to fall. Getting back near the original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 2nd down and long. Call it 2nd and 9 as we move inside 5 minutes to play here in a low-scoring championship game. Classical Academy and Santa Teresa. Bunch formation on 2nd and 9. This is Friday Pollard. Off the left side for perhaps a yard or two. Well, in these conditions, when you're a run-oriented team, you get behind the sticks, and I think makes things very difficult on your offense. So the Saints defense trying to get off the field. Try to create back-to-back 3 and outs. Mizell and Heinrichs, bottom of your screen. Movement up front. Sega draw him off sides, or was there movement on the offensive line? Offsides against Santa Teresa. Now I'm bringing third down now a little bit easier. All 3rd down and 3. So that opens up the playbook a little bit more now for Aaron and I, the offensive coordinator for Classical Academy. I'll go shotgun on 3rd and short. Swing past the life Pollard. Eludes a couple of tacklers and spins close to that 1st down. All going to depend on the spot. And they're going to mark him just short, so it's going to be 4th. Now they went for it earlier inside their own territory. Well, the offense remains on the field. Here's like they're going to go for it. It's going to be 4th and about a yard. Will they run a play, or will they try to draw the defense off sides? Big play for the defense. Well, both sides were pointing at each other. And now we have a whistle. I don't see a penalty marker out there. And we're going to have a timeout charged to Classical Academy. And head coach Josiah Cruz is going to send out his punting unit. Josiah Cruz is in his 2nd year. He also coached volleyball for quite a few years. That is his background. And in 2018, his dad passed away. And he decided to give football a try and said, I come from a football family, and here he is in his 2nd season. What a job he has done with Classical Academy. He was 1-9 a year ago, and now they are playing in the 6AA Championship Bowl game here in San Jose. A remarkable job. I asked him before the game, I said, do you ever just take a moment to enjoy the moment? And he said he does. He reminds himself how fortunate and how lucky he is. Well, Steve Pappen is livid on the sidelines. I believe he thought it should have been a false start against Classical Academy. Now leave Classical Academy with just 2 timeouts, and they will send on the punt team. The way their defense is playing right now, 7 points might be enough to win this game. Try and play some field position. Credit Santa Teresa's defense, back-to-back 3-and-outs. Now Salazar will drop back deep right around his own 30-yard line. Once again, a high snap. Allen reaches for it, has plenty of time, no rush. End over end punt hits about the 40 and takes a great bounce for Classical Academy. It's going to roll inside the 20. All the way down to the 15-yard line. A 52-yard punt, no return. How about the athleticism from Trevor Allen? They've had a few issues with the snaps. You think Santa Teresa, perhaps on the next punt attempt, might try and apply some pressure, perhaps maybe getting a block punt. Field position has been an issue this entire game for Santa Teresa. Start this one from their own 15. 3 drives started from their own 20, their own 18, their own 9, their 19-yard line to begin this first half. Swing pass. That did not fool anybody. Gardier, he is dropped for a 5-yard loss. Roman Minotti dropped him immediately. That'll bring up 2nd down and 15 now from their own 10-yard line. You got to be careful down here, working from the shadow of your own end zone. They've turned it over once, and it led to the only points of the game. To the air. Hits Kerr in stride. He's got him all the way out to the 35-yard line. Jeffrey Kerr with a 25-yard reception and a first down. Biggest play of the game for the Santa Teresa offense. Kerr coming off a huge game against Palo Alto. He had 5 receptions for over 100 yards, including a 51-yard touchdown reception. Arvalo on a keeper, and he's going to lose about 4. Cole Fryer in on the tackle, the team's emotional leader. He missed 6 games earlier this year with an ACL injury. He opted against surgery, which would have ended his season. Instead, did physical therapy, and he is back and having an impact. 2nd and 14. Arvalo. Tipped away and incomplete. Salazar was the intended wide receiver. Justice Smith, sophomore, got a piece of it to knock it away. Bring up now a 3rd and 14. Arvalo have another big throw in him. Just hooked up moments ago with Jeffrey Kerr for 25. Blitz. Picked up. Fumble. Arvalo scoops it up. Penalty marker down. Arvalo's got a 1st down. Dragged out of bounds. Now another penalty marker comes in. So we got 1 near the sideline of Santa Teresa, and we got 2 right around the 25-yard line and likely the area of offensive holding. Looks like the other one's going to be a sideline warning against Santa Teresa. I never understand that, why they got to throw a penalty marker on a sideline warning. So that's going to wipe out the 1st down and take it all the way back inside the 15-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and a country mile with just over a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. Classical Academy leading, clinging to a 7-0 lead. 3rd and 33. Wide receiver screen. Out to the 30. Goes Gardier, but that's going to be well short of a 1st down. But a late penalty marker comes in. Chase Mizzle on the tackle for Classical Academy. Looks like this is also going to be against Santa Teresa, but if you're Classical Academy, wouldn't you just decline this penalty, and that'll bring up 4th down because they were a good 15 yards shy of the 1st. And it is 4th down. And for the 4th time here this evening, Santa Teresa will punt it away. Right now, if you're Classical Academy, you just feel like perhaps a field goal. And this one could be out of reach for Santa Teresa. How good that Classical Academy defense has been. And as I mentioned earlier, they have 6 shutouts on the season. Working on another one right here in the championship game. Well, that is a nice punt. Pollard's going to let it go. Hits at about the 25, and it's still rolling towards that end zone. Down at the 12-yard line. 59-yard punt for Casey Carr, the sophomore. Pinning Classical Academy inside their own 20, flipping field position. Just under 30 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. Classical Academy's offense has ran just 6 plays here in the second half, a pair of 3 and outs. Santa Teresa's defense force another one right here and perhaps try and come away with good field position of their own. Sega under center. The reverse with Heinrichs. He gets the corner, lowers his shoulder, and finally run out of bounds. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 18, pick up 7. I'll call him, give him 6 with 19.3 seconds left here in the third quarter. Friday Pollard's 5-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. All the scoring we've had, and it has stood up till this point. Quick burst. Life Pollard tackled right around the 21-yard line. That is going to be the final play here in the third quarter. We have 12 minutes to play. And one of these two teams will be the state 6AA champions. We'll step aside. Classical Academy leads it 7-0. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to cold and rainy and dreary San Jose, California. Dennis Ackerman with you as we get set to start the fourth quarter in Classical Academy leading Santa Teresa 7-0. It is 3rd and 2 from their own 21-yard line. The toss to Life Pollard. Cuts it back inside. Needed 2, picked up 4, moved the chains, first down and 10. The CIF 6AA Football State Championship Bowl game. Classical Academy trying to complete a remarkable turnaround where they won just 1 game a year ago. They have been led by their defense, which has pitched a shutout through the first 3 quarters. Inside handoff. Adam Mace, Jr. Picked up 4 to take it out to about the 29-yard line. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. You're just joining us. Friday Pollard's 5-yard touchdown run back in the first quarter came on the heels of a Classical Academy turnover. Lowering his shoulder and bowling his way out to the 41-yard line. That is Friday Pollard, and a late penalty marker comes in on the 42-yard line. Friday Pollard got up like he was looking for some kind of late hit as he will head towards the sideline, replaced by his brother Life. That's great names. We got Life Pollard, and it is unsportsmanlike conduct against Santa Teresa. That will tack on 15 more to the end of the run. Mentioned Life, there's Pollard, and then D'Angelo, the Pollard brothers. So the penalty takes it all the way inside Santa Teresa territory now. at the 48-yard line. This drive started from their own 11. Live Pollard, big hole right side, first down. Fighting for yards inside the 35. Richard Salazar finally brought him down. But not before Live Pollard picked up 16 yards. First and 10 from the Santa Teresa 32-yard line. Friday Pollard now. The deep setback. Friday Pollard chopped down. Like Richard Salazar, right around the 28-yard line. Gain of 4, second down and 6. Joseph Tapia, they're going to give the credit the tackle to. Beg your pardon, number 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Boy, Friday Pollard he delivers blows. Inside the 25. This is going to bring up 3rd and short. Tavita Pekipaka limps off the field for Santa Teresa. So now Classical Academy has been assessed an unsportsmanlike penalty. That's going to cost them 15 yards. It'll take it all the way back to the 33-yard line. Now wind the clock. 9.5 minutes to play. Second down and 11. Live Pollard. Quick hitter. He's got a first down. He's inside the 20. Finally spun down right around the 15-yard line. And the senior picks up 19 yards. It's a first down for Classical Academy. They're inside the red zone. Well, you feel like if they can get one more touchdown here, they could be sitting pretty here in the CIF 6AA Football State Championship Bowl game. Now, Friday Pollard back in at running back. They will give it to him. He'll work the left side. He'll be brought down after a short gain. Mark Carlson, the senior, number 1 in on the tackle for the Saints. Now, Live Pollard will come back in for his brother Friday. Easily the best drive put together tonight by Classical Academy's offense. Comes here in the 4th quarter. Sega under center, the toss. Cuts it back. It'll be near a first down, will Live Pollard. We move inside, 8 minutes to play now. So they'll mark it at the 8. 3rd and got to get to the 5. Let's call it 3rd down and 3. Classical Academy really doing a good job of milking the clock. Friday Pollard. And he is brought down by Mark Carlson, and he's going to be brought down shy of the first down. Looks like 4th down and a yard. Josiah Cruz is going to send out his field goal unit. And this should be a chip shot for Trevor Allen. He missed earlier this year from should say he missed earlier in this game in the first quarter from 55 yards out on the opening drive, but this should be a chip shot for him, basically an extra point. .24-yard attempt for Trevor Allen, who came into tonight a perfect 5 for 5, but he missed earlier. Delay a game, so it's going to back it up 5 yards. So that'll now make it a 30-yard field goal attempt for Trevor Allen. Well, officially, they're going to call it a 29-yarder. Brooks Winter is the long snapper. Shane Donovan is the holder. High snap, and it goes through the hands of Donovan. Picked up by Allen, and he is brought down immediately. So Santa Teresa catches a huge break. Well, right now you can tell the rain impacted that as it went right through the hands of the holder, Shane Donovan. And instead of a chip shot field goal to make it 10-0, it remains a one-score game. From the 28, their best starting field position of the game, and that was nearly intercepted. Boy, a dangerous pass. Evan Smith, the intended receiver. Rain continues to fall here in San Jose. Second down and 10. Haskell Academy rushes 4. Kerr with the reception. Spins out of one tackle. And then gang tackled around the 30-yard line. See where they mark forward progress. They'll put it at the 31 for just a minimal gain of 3 yards. So third down and 7. And it's starting to get late. Just over 6 minutes to play, and you wonder, is this 4-down territory? Once again, a 4-man rush. Arevalo tripped up from behind. Boy, that is an outstanding defensive play. So fourth down, and an injured Santa Teresa player. I believe that was Thomas Heinrichs who tripped up Jaden Arevalo from behind. Fourth down and 7. Santa Teresa player being helped off of the sideline. And is that Arevalo? And if that is Arevalo, then they're going to have to punt it away here. Yeah, that is Arevalo. He is now on the bench. So now coming in at quarterback is number 12, Brenton Gatchis, a sophomore. Boy, talking about a pressure-packed situation, a championship game. And a timeout called by Santa Teresa. Welcome back to San Jose. So following the timeout, head coach Steve Pappin sends his offense back on the field. We'll check that. Now Casey Carr is going to come on, and I think this is the right decision to punt it away. There's still 5:20 to go. Your starting quarterback, Jaden Arvalo, had to be helped off the field. And you were going to try to go for it with Brenton Gaetjes, a sophomore. Would have been a tall task. Carr, end over end. Life Pollard's going to let it bounce. He'll get away from it. 49-yard punt, no return. Classical Academy will take over from their own 20. 5 minutes and 11 seconds is all that separates Classical Academy from the CIF 6AA Football State Championship. They lead it 7-0. Can they put together a drive right now? That will not only chew up the clock, perhaps go down, tack on some points. They'll start on the ground. Well, that is Friday Pollard, and he just refuses to go down. Got it all the way out beyond the 25. They'll mark it at the 26. Picks up 6. And now Classical Academy in no hurry getting out of that huddle. The clock is their ally. Heinrichs caught in the backfield. It was Mark Carlson there first. He had some help from his friends on defense. A big loss. So now 3rd and long as the clock continues to move. 4:10. A huge play upcoming for this Santa Teresa defense. Can they force a 3-and-out and get the ball back? Looking down on that Santa Teresa sideline to see if perhaps Arvalo is warming up. But first things first, 3rd and 10 from their own 20. They'll play it conservative on the ground with Life Pollard. He's going to have the first down. Still on his feet. Into Santa Teresa territory, lowers his shoulder, finally run out of bounds at the 37-yard line. He needed 10, picked up 43. And to quote the great Dick Enberg, oh my. Life Pollard, the senior, perhaps no bigger run in his career than that one right there. Momentarily stops the clock, 3:36. It'll begin with a snap. They go right back to him. He's got another big hole, this one right up the gut. And back-to-back first down carries for Life Pollard. And he could be carrying Classical Academy to a state championship. Actually, they're going to say it's 2nd down and 1. Friday Pollard now comes in for his brother. Clock continues to move, nearing 3 minutes to go in this Division 6 AA title game. Now it is a first down. I thought they had originally signaled first down. Friday. He continues to bull his way forward. Give him a couple yards. And now Santa Teresa is going to call a timeout with 2:48 to play. Actually, we're going to have officials timeout as we've got an injured Classical Academy player at the 25-yard line. While the training staff tends to him. We'll try and recap this game for you. And the scoring has been simple. We have one touchdown, and it came in the first quarter. Friday Pollard, a 5-yard touchdown run. Came on the heels of a Santa Teresa turnover. And Classical Academy cashed in. They went 30 yards in just 5 plays. And that has held up till right now with 2:48 to play. Classical Academy has it 2nd down and 8 on the Santa Teresa 25-yard line. So the injured Classical Academy player, looks like that's Brooks Winter, making his way to the sideline underneath his own power, so that is a good sign. So that timeout was not charged to Santa Teresa. That was an official's timeout for an injured player. So the Saints do get a break there. So as we resume action, it'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 25. Classical Academy was just down here moments ago, and there was a botched snap on a field goal attempt. Life Pollard now back in. So they're going to run a quarterback sneaker with Sega. And he gets down to about the 18-yard line. And the clock continues to move. Santa Teresa going to spend a timeout here. Well, they let a good 7-8 seconds tick off the clock before they used a timeout. So this will be a big 3rd down and 3, and perhaps this might be the ball game right here. This drive started from their own 20. It was Life Pollard converting a huge 3rd down and 10. Now they face another 3rd down and 3 from the Santa Teresa 20-yard line. 2:29 to play. Classical Academy leading at 7-0. They got a long bus ride home back to Escondido. It's probably about a 6-7 hour bus ride, and it's probably going to feel like an hour or two, maybe at the most, if they get out of here with a state championship. They'll be celebrating the whole way home, and deservedly so. The towel over that football during the timeout, trying to keep it dry. Rain continues to come down here in San Jose. Big play here. Friday Pollard is the deep setback. Gets the call. Cuts it inside. He's got the 1st down. He continues to move the pile inside the 10-yard line. And they're starting now to celebrate over there on that sideline for Classical Academy. They have converted a couple of huge 3rd down plays here in this drive. And it has been the Pollard brothers, Life number 1, Friday number 35. Clock continues to move with 2:13 to play. It is 1st and goal from the 10. Santa Teresa's defense has played well tonight. Quarterback keeper by Sega. Got perhaps a yard. Nothing Santa Teresa can do out of timeouts. And now they have Santa Teresa defense. The only thing they can try to do right now is try to strip the ball carrier and force a turnover. That football is wet as the rain continues to come down here. Down to 1:15. So flag before the snap, and it's going to be a false start. Now that will stop the clock as well. So 2nd down and goal from the 15. It appeared like they were going to run a toss play, and that's dangerous here with this weather. think they would just play it safe. Just continue to quarterback sneak it with Sega. And that's what they do. Sega down near the 10-yard line, as we now have exactly 60 seconds to play. Your Classical Academy really maybe only need to run one more play. As their defense has dominated, and it is going to lead them to a championship barring some kind of miracle. Sega will simply take a knee with 30 seconds left, and they do not have to run another play. And congratulations to Classical Academy. They are your CIF 6AA football state champions. A remarkable turnaround, having won just one game a year ago. It's their 12th victory of the season, none bigger. And let them celebrate. Well, the two teams now will meet and congratulate one another, but congratulations to Classical Academy. They are your CIF 6AA football champions as they beat Santa Teresa, and then a low-scoring game here in San Jose by a score of 7-0. Jubilation on one side, heartbreak on the other side for Santa Teresa as they'll wrap up their season and finish at 9-6. Once again, our final score here from San Jose. Classical Academy wins it by a score of 7-0. They are your Division 6AA CIF state football champions. I want to thank our entire crew. I'm Dennis Ackerman. Once again, congratulations to Classical Academy. I'm saying so long from San Jose. Have a wonderful evening.